told you there's a simple math formula that could either quietly build you a fortune or slowly drain your wallet without you even realizing it. It's the same formula banks, credit card companies, and lenders use to make billions. But it's also the same formula that can help you save faster than you ever thought possible. In this video, I'm breaking down compound interest, what it is, how it works, the compound interest formula, the different ways you can earn it, and the sneaky ways it can work against you when you're in debt. Once you understand this, you'll never look at borrowing or saving money the same way again. Before we get started, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, I'm Crystal, former corporate finance girly turned entrepreneur and personal finance educator. I have this not so crazy idea that anyone, no matter who you are or where you come from, can master financial literacy and build generational wealth. And I'm here to share some strategies on how to do just that. So stick around and become a part of my community if you're ready to get wild about wealth. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. Here's the simplest definition of compound interest. It's when the money you earn starts earning money of its own. In the earlier years, most of your growth comes from the money you put in. But over time, the growth starts to come from interest earning interest. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. You start with a small ball of snow at the top of the hill. As it rolls, it picks up more snow and gets bigger. And the bigger it gets, the more snow it picks up with every single turn. With compound interest, your money works exactly the same way. For the visual learners out there, let's use some real numbers. Imagine you invest $1,000 and earn a 5% annual return. In year one, you just made $50. Now you have $1,050. The next year, you don't earn 5% on your original $1,000. You earn it on the new bigger total of $1,050. So you make $52.50. The year after that, you're earning 5% on $1,102.50. It doesn't seem like much at first. I mean, a few bucks, who cares? But here's where the fun starts. Over time, that tiny little snowball picks up speed and turns into an avalanche of wealth. This incredible growth is driven by one crucial ingredient: time. The earlier you start, the less you have to invest to get massive results. It doesn't rely on luck. It doesn't depend on you being a genius. It relies on a mathematical principle and your ability to just leave it alone. The longer your money is left alone, the more powerful compounding becomes. And here's the kicker: the same thing happens in reverse when you owe money. We'll get into that a little bit later in this video. So there's actually a specific compound interest formula behind all of this. It's this bad boy right here. In this formula, A equals the amount you'll have in the future. P is the initial investment or the amount you start with, also known as the principal. R is the annual interest rate in decimal form. N is how many times interest compounds per year. And T is the number of years you invest. So let's run the previous example through this formula, but this time assuming monthly compounding. So you deposit $1,000 into an account paying 5% interest, but this time compounded monthly. That means R is 0.05, N is 12, and let's say T is 5 years. So plug that in, and at the end of that 5-year term, you will have earned $1,283.36. That's an extra $283 earned just from letting your money sit and compound. No extra deposits, no extra work. Make sense? Now let's clear up some common misconceptions about compounded interest. 1, you need a lot of money to benefit. Not true. You can start small, as you can see from the previous example. 2, you have to be open to risky investments to make it work for you. Also not true. You can earn compound interest in some super low risk investments. Number 3, you can only benefit from compound interest by investing in the stock market. Not true at all, but also conceptually inaccurate. Growth from investing in the stock market is based on asset appreciation. While yes, consistently investing in the market does compound your growth, you're not specifically earning compound interest by doing so. Don't worry, I'll make another video explaining the magic of investing, but You need to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss it. Okay, myth number 4. Compound interest is too slow to build real wealth. Nope. The wealthiest people build generational wealth based heavily on compounding. And the earlier you start, the more wealth you'll build. So, just for fun, let's compare two people to see how time in the market can exponentially accelerate your growth. We'll call person A Alex and person B Jordan. Alex starts investing $100 a month at age 20 and stops at age 30, while Jordan starts investing the same monthly amount 10 years later at the age of 30 and keeps going until he's 60. When both Alex and Jordan reach 60 years old, Alex ends up with a higher balance despite investing less money. This is why it's so important to start early. Even a couple of years can make a huge difference. Now let's talk about some common ways you can actually earn compound interest. One, in a savings account. Many banks pay compound interest, but the rates can be very low unless you have a high yield savings account. Two, certificates of deposit or CDs. You can lock your money for a set time and earn compound interest at a fixed rate. Three, money market accounts. Similar to savings accounts, but often have higher rates and compounding. Number 4, bonds. Interest payments can actually be reinvested, creating compounding over time. And number 5, in retirement accounts. Even if you're not investing in the stock market, some accounts include fixed income investments that compound. The important takeaway here is to get your money to make its own money. That's the key. Drop me a comment below and let me know which of these investment vehicles you'd like to explore in your own portfolio. And while you're down there, you may as well hit that subscribe button. Now that you know how compound interest works and how you can use it to earn more money, let's talk about the ugly side of it. The part many people forget is that compound interest doesn't care if you're saving or borrowing. It works the same way, but in reverse when it comes to debt. When you have debt, the interest you owe starts generating more interest that you'll eventually owe. Here's an example. Let's say you have a $5,000 credit card balance with a 20% interest rate that's compounding daily. Even if you never spend another dime on that card, interest is being added to your balance every single day. And every day, your balance will go up because of the interest. Even when you make payments, especially if you're only making the minimum payments, those payments may not cover all of the interest accumulated since your last payment. That's why credit card debt can spiral out of control so quickly. It's compounding, just in the wrong direction. The same goes for payday loans, certain personal loans, and some student loans. The higher the rate and the more often it compounds, the faster the debt grows. Okay, in the interest of transparency, here's a quick story time about my debt trap story. When I moved into my first apartment, I was just out of college and I needed furniture. Nothing major, just a couch, a small kitchen table, and maybe a couple of end tables. So I went furniture shopping with the goal of, yes, getting my furniture, but also I wanted to use this as an opportunity to build credit. With that in mind, I knew I wanted to finance the furniture because I didn't have any credit at the time. So that's what I did. The store I went to was running a promotion for 0% interest for 12 months. If I paid off the balance in 12 months, I wouldn't pay any interest. I thought, perfect. Sounds great. And I got my furniture on credit. I received my first statement, which listed the minimum monthly payment, but paying that amount wouldn't wipe out the balance in 12 months. So I knew I had to pay more each month. I figured out how much I'd have to pay monthly, and I paid that amount for 9 months. In month 10, I had an unexpected expense and I needed to use the additional money I was putting toward my furniture bill to cover that emergency. I went back to paying the higher payment amount in month 11, and I just figured I'd make one last small payment in the 13th month to cover the extra I didn't pay in month 10. Well, surprise, surprise, I got a final bill that included that last small amount that I thought I had to pay, plus all of the interest that would have accumulated over the entire 12 months. I was shocked, appalled, and utterly confused. So I called the financing company to let them have it. Well, unfortunately, clearly I didn't understand the financing terms. Since I hadn't met the requirements of paying off the balance within the 12-month period, it went just 1 month over. The company was charging me all of the interest I would have saved otherwise. Not a small amount at all, several $100s to be exact. To say I was upset is an understatement. I'm sharing this so you can learn from my experience instead of learning the hard way, but also to further drive it home that interest accumulated in relation to debt can really harm your financial progress. So beware. Okay, what do we learn from all of this? One, pay attention to those financing terms, but more specifically, compound interest is known as the eighth wonder of the world for a reason. It's not magic, but it is math. And the compound interest formula gives you the exact roadmap to either build wealth or slowly drag you into more and more debt. Now that you know how compound interest works, think about your own finances. Where is it helping? Where is it working against you? If you understand this concept, you can use compound interest to your advantage and avoid being trapped by it. If your team save early or team debt payoff, let me know in the comments. Also, if this breakdown helped you, don't gatekeep. Hit that like button so more people can learn about compound interest and all of the other personal finance gems I share on this channel. And if you're ready to start saving today, even if it's a small amount, I'll provide a link below for you to set up an Acorns account. Setup is easy, simple, and quick. You may as well get started building compound interest today. If you're thirsty for more, check out this video where I talk about the 7 clever ways to save money on any income. As always, thank you for watching, and please remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's ready to get wild about wealth. Take care.